Jacqueline Schendel is back with us talking about what's new at the Better Business Bureau or what's the latest scam.
What's the latest scam? I always kind of want to come on here and talk about that so people will be aware of what's going on. And this one, I'm not sure that it's a real prevalent thing here in Cullman, Alabama, but you never know. So I'm just trying to, kind of put the word out because a lot of people are buying homes this time of the year. It's spring and everybody's anxious to either get into that new home or sell their home or whatever. Well, the scammers have figured out a way to get your closing cost.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's big bucks.
It is. It can potentially be a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And what they've done is they've hacked into, like, let's say a real estate agency's email account, and now they're getting you, instead of you taking your check for your closing costs to the actual signing and so forth, they're asking you to email it to them, before you even get there. And so it's very, very scary that they can do this, but it apparently has been going on.
Wow.
And just want to make sure that you know that if you're going to your closing costs, you're going to take a check. Okay, you're going to give it to the realtor, the banker, the attorney, whoever that you're going to be involved with. Do not email that check to them because it's a scam. They're able to actually get into hackers have been breaking into the email accounts of the real estate professionals. They search for information about upcoming transactions, and then after figuring out the closing date, the hacker sends an email to the buyer posing as the agent or the company and says, just send it right on over here instead, So you've got to be very, very cautious about that. Once again, I don't know that we have a whole lot of that going on here in Cullman, but I was speaking to a realtor and she commented that sometimes people, move in from out of town. Maybe they have some sort of real estate agent they dealt with there, and so maybe they would be inclined to email that in, so forth and so on. So just be aware of that. And I've got some tips to spot a phishing scam, Phishing, not fishing with a pole, but be wary of unexpected emails that contain links or attachments. And if you're not familiar with this, just delete it, don't open it. Consider how the company normally contacts you. Is your realtor normally email you, or do they normally call or maybe text you? But, I think real estate agents are still making face-to-face contact now, okay? And, of course, don't believe what you see. Just because an email looks real doesn't actually mean that it is. Scammers are able to fake anything from the company logo to the sent mail email address. Yep. If something looks suspicious, check the company's website or call them, And then also, email is not a secure way to send financial information, so be very cautious about that. And nowadays, this just occurred to me too, that sometimes when you do send, you do request information in an email about something, haven't you ever gotten, afterwards, all these I want to call them come-ons, or all these advertisements for that particular type of thing. So they are definitely selling that, to somebody. So be very cautious about that. Anyway.
Okay, and the IRS?
Scam is still going on. It's just
not that the IRS is a scam.
No, now that might be let's not go there. Let's not go there. But there is, I guess, a legitimate IRS, and you don't want to fall prey to these scammers who are pretending to be from the IRS. But they are, I've talked in the past how they call people on the phone. They threaten them. They're very, very good and very, it's just very intimidating. They're very intimidating. Well, now they've gone to where they're emailing people, okay? They're sending you an email. It looks pretty legitimate. They're saying your docket number is this account, blah, blah, blah. You actually owe of your tax filing from years 2008 to 2012 has concluded the tax worth $3,264.43. It's not like you owe it's $5,000. It's like down to the penny. And it was unpaid and miscalculated. So, it all looks very official. They tell you that it's in violation of federal tax regulation, and they put a number and an internal revenue code, and they put a number, theft by deception, they have a number, all this kind of stuff. So it makes it look real. And then they even say, oh, well, you can send us payments in this amount but you send it through, you know, we don't want to check, you know, we actually want you to send us this. They have certain steps to follow in order to send it. But if the IRS, if you owe them money, they will send you a letter. They're not going to call you on the phone and harass you, and they're not going to send you an email. And one of the things that I wanted to point out, because I actually have a copy of this email that was sent to somebody, if you really read the letter, you'll realize that whoever sent this does not have a good command of the English language, and so they leave out little things, little prepositions, little, you know, things that you would say, this person doesn't really speak really good English. So that ought to be a key right there, that when you're reading this letter, you go, this doesn't sound so good, other than the officialness of it. Yeah. But please don't fall prey to that. Please, if you owe money to the IRS, they will send you a letter. And if you don't pay them, they will continue to send you some information until they might come pick you up.
Well,
but
and they get to the point they send registered mail.
Right.
So
yes,
yeah,
definitely.
That's the only way the IRS contacts you.
Right. Yes, they're not going to email you. And I have one more thing. I think I've talked about this since the first of the year, but we're having our Better Business Bureau Shred Day, and that is scheduled for Saturday, May the 7th. From 9 until noon. It's going to be held at the King Edward Plaza right there on Highway 31 South, where Buffalo Wild Wings is located. I wanted to thank Drinker Development for allowing us to use the parking lot. And also I wanted to thank Merchants Bank and People's Bank. People's is a corporate sponsor, and Merchants Bank is sponsoring our particular Shred Day. But you can bring papers. You don't even have to get out of your car. I've got volunteers lined up. Okay. It's going to be a drive-through. You can bring old, like, documents or personal documents or your bank statements, things like that you no longer need to keep. And they'll shred all that for you. We've got electronics that we're shredding. You can have, let's see, batteries, laptops, tablets, and hard drives, keyboards, mice, speakers and cords, digital cameras, DVD players, DVRs, office phones, cell phones, and chargers.
Wow.
All of this, if you want to, they're doing that destruction right there in front of you, so you don't have to worry about somebody going to get my information off my computer. We cannot take the old big fat monitors and the old big fat TVs. They have to be flat screen, okay? But we're doing that, and then also we're doing a drug take back, and so the police department is going to be there, and they're the ones that are going to be, like if you have maybe Granny that used to live with you and she's passed away and you've got all these old prescriptions and you don't know what to do with them, do not flush them. That is not good. But you know, bring them back to the police. The police will be taking that. We're also going to be taking up a collection for Cullman Caring for Kids Food Bank. So if you want to, you don't have to. Everything's free. But if you want to make a donation, you sure can. Once again, Saturday, May the 7th, 9 until noon, King Edward Shopping Center Plaza.
Very good.
Plaza Shopping Center.
A lot of information this month. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you for allowing me to be here.